Good morning, all you strange and wonderful weirdos. I'm John.
And I'm Stacey.
It's Tuesday, October 18th. And here's why today is strange.
Oh boy, we got some good ones today.
Good. It feels like a good strange day.
It's a good strange day. So let's talk about an alien abduction video.
Does it get stranger?
Starting off with that. So this is an article about an alien abduction video that kind of went viral last year.
Right.
And it was filmed in 2010. And it's a video of a woman who set up a camera in her room because she felt like she was being frankly abducted by aliens. And, you know, of course, nobody's going to believe you when you say stuff like that. And
especially frankly abducted. I'm always like, no, I doubt that. Come on, lady. Mildly abducted, maybe.
But not frankly.
Not frankly abducted.
Not so overtly. All right. So she set up an infrared camera in a room, pointed to where she was sleeping. And this is a video where you can see her sleep. Well, you see a lump sleeping in the bed, and then it just disappears. And then about 12 and a half minutes later, it appears again. And it's very, very strange. Now, this article is out recently because they spoke to, can you guess?
The lump?
No, Nick Pope.
Oh!
Because you don't have a spooky UFO alien abduction video if you haven't asked Nick Pope about it.
You mean former UK Ministry of Defense, yada, yada, yada.
Yes.
That Nick Pope.
So they spoke to him about this video, and he did claim that he briefly met the couple who took the video, years ago.
He's like, I actually had my own video. I was right outside of the window. It was.
And so the paper approached Mr. Pope, they call him, and asked him what he thought of the video. And he said that sadly, he had already retired by the time the video had come out and been filmed. And so he didn't get to investigate it properly like he would have. He didn't get to do any of the scientific things that he would have been able to do had he still been in that department investigating it. So he didn't really give a definitive. All he said was either it's absolutely genuine and very spooky, or it's a complete hoax. I mean, those are pretty much there's no, I don't know what other choice there is, but that was about all he could say about it.
And they wrote a story about this.
They did. They wrote the story about him.
Thanks, Nick.
Giving his expertise on the video that went viral last year. So
that would be like, all right, we're going to talk to Jimmy. Jimmy is the NFL guru, and he will tell us where to put your money on the game. So tell us, are the Dolphins going to win, Jimmy? Well, I got the inside on this. They're either going to win or they're not. 50-50 odds.
Oh, wow.
I'm sorry. I mean, I'm sure he was well-meaning on it, but...
They approached him about it, and it does say in here that they had it analyzed by Dave Hodrian, who's a lead investigator at the Birmingham UFO Group, and he concluded that it appeared to be genuine and not a hoax.
The leader of the UFO Group did?
Yes, the Birmingham UFO Group.
I doubt there's
Boofog.
I doubt there is anything wrong with the Alabama UFO Group. Boofog.
I think it's in England. The one in England.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh, so you mean like Birmingham?
Yes. Sorry, I said it wrong. I said it like the Alabama
the
one.
Land of hard-working industrial types.
I don't say city names very well.
Blue collar, yes. Spokane.
If we remember Spokane, yes.
Yes, Spokane. All right. Well, I actually had a chance to see the video in question. Mm-hmm. And all joking aside, I know you've watched it several times, but it's a pretty intense video. I mean, it's, as Nick said, if.
Right.
Okay. If it's legitimate, and this thing's lasted for 12 years.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
It's been out there under scrutiny with people like Ben Hansen, and he's looked at it, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So, in depth.
So we need to actually reach out and ask what he thought.
Ask him what he thought.
Because he probably has an opinion on it. But being under scrutiny for that long in the UFO community.
Right.
Because the UFO community has a little bit of a problem because of all the years of misinformation or disinformation, I should say. They kind of crap on anything that comes out pretty quickly. They don't want to be caught with their pants down,
right?
Saying something is, and maybe too much, honestly. The open mind is hard to have these days just because you never know when you're going to get messed with.
Right.
So, I get that. But this, if real, is pretty scary.
It is.
I mean, because we always wonder, how do they get out? We've heard stories of going through walls and, things like that. And that's the only thing that really makes sense as to how someone gets out of a room into a craft.
Well, yeah, because if you just are gone and then you just reappear like a teleportation kind of thing.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't protect yourself from that.
No.
There is no
No, it's horrifying.
teleporting.
It's absolutely horrifying of the possibilities.
Absolutely.
Anyway.
All right, so let's move on.
Let's
talk about a Manhattan candidate for Congress.
Is this Manhattan, United States?
Yes. This one's United States. So his name is Mike Itkes, and he's running a long shot bid to unseat the political powerhouse Representative Jerry Nadler.
Oh, okay.
And now his platform includes a sex positivity issue. That's one of his keystone issues. And he supports legalizing sex work. So this Manhattan candidate released a sex tape as part of his campaign to promote his sex positive approach.
Did you study this story?
I did not see the tape. No. I just saw the story.
I'm disappointed.
So he said that to prove...
I wanted to know what kind of platform he was running on.
A horizontal one. He said to prove that he's more than just talk, he was willing to bear it all. And he filmed and released a sex tape he made with an adult film star in hopes of pumping up support. This article. And getting his name into the race. And it says that he called his video that he posted a conversation piece. And he said, if we would just talk about it, it would demonstrate his commitment to the issue. I'm not sure what issue that is exactly. And he said the fact that he did it was a huge learning experience for him.
Was it?
And it influenced items on his platform. It was research.
Is this a tax write-off?
I mean, I guess it's going to have to be. I don't know. I mean, he's very out there with it.
Hey, you know what, dude? Look, it was going to happen. The fact that he filmed it, I mean, I guess he was like, someone's going to find this. I may as well just go ahead and put it out there. He describes himself as a liberal independent candidate who is not married, no kids, not celibate, and an atheist. And he's running on a platform of, sex positive, legalize sex work. That's one of his top issues. The Mississippi River, she's a going dry.
This article is hilarious because it says that sex positivity appears to be one of his top issues he addresses on his website, though he doesn't go into great detail about some of his positions. They really went for the joke.
They did. Yeah. They did. I'm sorry. The only thing in my head is the end of the world because of all the crazy that keeps happening, right? And I'm not one of those end is nigh kind of guys.
Right.
But I've been hearing that Hank song all day.
You're going to be. I think when you're like in your 80s.
No.
You're going to be the end is nigh.
I'm never going to be that guy. But I've been hearing it all day just because I've seen all the stuff with the Mississippi River.
Right.
And it's freaking me out. And so all day, over and over, I'm here, preacher man says it's the end of time. And the Mississippi River, she's a rolling dry or whatever. Interest is up and the stock market's down. You only get mugged if you go downtown.
I mean, it's very accurate.
Who would have thought the prophet of our times? They'll find it in like 1,000 years.
Yeah.
Right next to your big statue from the other day. The big Cheeto statue.
Right.
Also reminds me of that politician.
Yes. Yeah, probably.
But I don't know, man. Have you seen the Mississippi River deal?
I have not.
Okay. The Mississippi River you can walk across right now.
Wow.
And they're finding bodies and all this stuff. And there's some stranded gamblers out there. There's not. But they can't ship goods.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So a lot of things are happening bad because of that. And it's at its lowest level in recorded history today. Today. So as of yesterday, they reported the lowest level in recorded history.
Wow.
That's pretty much as long as since we found it, I would imagine. So yeah, that's
strange.
That's a weird thing.
It's very weird.
It's a weird thing. Sorry. Pray continue.
That's okay. All right. So let's move on. Let's talk about a Missouri elementary school. So this is
should be a good wholesome story.
Yeah. So there's a report that finds radioactive waste at a Missouri elementary school. A report by environmental consultants found significant amounts of radioactive contamination at an elementary school. Now, the report was done by Boston Chemical Data Corps that found levels of the radioactive isotope lead-210, polonium, radium, and other toxins far in excess of what was expected. Isn't that awful? The samples taken were tested from the library, the kitchen, classrooms, fields, and playgrounds at the Jana Elementary School. So the school sits in the floodplain of Coldwater Creek, and that was contaminated by nuclear waste from bombs manufactured during World War II. And earlier, the Army Corps of Engineers had previously conducted a study at the school and found some contaminations, but at lower levels, like not at the rate they are now. And the new report calls those tests incomplete and inadequate. And they even talked to some of the people from the school who said that the Army Corps of Engineers didn't even come inside the building and test. They just tested way outside the edge of the school.
Oddly enough, I did see something on this, and I saw them talk to some of the students. I seen them ask that little boy, they asked both heads how he was feeling. And of course, the little spotter girl,
right.
She seemed like she was enjoying the
who would have
superpowers.
thought, right?
At least, don't have to worry about glowing in the dark. I mean, it's like
the power goes out.
Wow.
Isn't that scary?
That's a good commercial for homeschool.
I think I'd change school systems pretty quickly.
We're going to check back with this story here in a few years.
Right, when all those kids get older. Oh, shoot.
When those kids get older.
All right, so let's move on, shall we? Okay, so let's talk about a strange and unusual Philippines lottery draw that has caused an inquiry into the entire lottery system.
Hold on.
Yes.
Wasn't it a Philippines lottery draw that had the couple that had coitus in a graveyard?
Thai.
Oh.
That was Thailand. So this is a prize worth 3.55 million pounds. It's going to be split between 433 winners who all chose multiples of 9 for their numbers. So the pool of numbers that came up were 9, 45, 36, 27, 18, and 54. Every number a multiple of 9.
Wow.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
And each winner, if they split that up between the winner, each winner would receive about $545,000. But they wanted to do an inquiry because of the numbers that came up and of how many people won. They said that a professor of mathematics at the University of the Philippines claimed that the probability of having 433 winners was 1 out of 1 followed by 1,224 zeros. Like, it's nearly impossible.
Yeah,
it's not impossible, but it's nearly impossible.
These are the same bastards from Thailand that probably get on my Castle Crush game. It's like,
and win.
Yeah, there's people that just play in some weird apartment without any pictures on the walls.
So the results prompted speculation on social media that the draw was rigged, even though the lottery people say no, absolutely not.
Of course they say that.
It was done all the code with people watching, and they weighed the balls and everything.
They're in on it. They get a payoff. That's how it works. Don't anybody know how racketeering and gambling work?
So the government, though, did describe it as strange and unusual and said that they would call for an audit. And all those people, I guess, aren't going to get to collect on their. I mean, how How many people do you think would actually play numbers that were all multiples of one number? Like that seems like an odd thing to play for lottery. You think so?
Yeah.
Like I can't pick my numbers.
There's a lot of people play the lottery, so
that's true.
I can imagine that there's those people out there, and if all these, muses are.
I guess
We all think of the same stuff around the same time.
That's very true.
So
it's very true.
Maybe a muse screwed up. She was like giving it to somebody and sneezed, and it just kind of went to too many people.
Sprinkled on everybody.
Or maybe she's like, I'm going to give it to everybody with the last name Lee.
Oh, wow. Okay. So let's move on. So let's talk about a horseback rider who was arrested for a DUI. And this is a story
on the horse.
Yes, it's a story out of California. There was a chase by the Whittier Police Department on social media of a person who was riding a horse through traffic and refused to pull over for police when they tried to pull the horse over. He was galloping through traffic. They saw it. They decided they needed to pull him over. He refused to pull the horse over. So a pursuit ensued. Eventually, the rider surrendered and was taken into custody. And the unidentified rider is expected to be charged with driving under the influence because he was intoxicated above the legal limit. And apparently, the law in California is if you're on the road, even if you're on an animal, you still have to abide by car laws.
On an animal? How many other animals could you be on?
I have no idea. It just says
pack mule.
California Vehicle Code states that people riding an animal on state roadways are subject to all of the duties applicable to the driver of a vehicle.
This guy's a legend.
So his blood alcohol level was too high to ride a horse.
He's a legend.
And then he ran and didn't pull the horse over.
The only reason we knew we could ride horses is because somebody got really drunk.
And was like, I think I can climb up on that thing and ride it. That's the same person that saw an egg poop out of a chicken's butt and go, oh, I should eat that.
Wow.
So there you go. Public service announcement. Don't horseback ride drunk in California on the road.
It's the most insane thing. Listen.
I guess they impounded the horse. I don't know. They took the horse to the police station.
Smashing and grabbing.
Right.
Jewelry stores in California. Mm-hmm. There's wildfires. The Mississippi River's running dry.
Maybe not.
And we're pulling over Tex.
Maybe not in Whittier, California.
I'm sure that's not the name. I don't care, Stacey. Your fingers did it wrong. I'm sure it's like Whittier.
Copied and pasted it. I'm probably saying it wrong.
It might be whitier. You don't know.
That's even worse.
That's pretty bad.
Yeah.
And on that morsel, now you know what a day is strange.